lesson is over decimals and fractions the decimal, how to convert them. Also, we're going to talk about something called rational numbers. Let's go over our last lesson over divide integers. Over the past 7 days, Mrs. Cho found that the temperature outside had dropped a total of 35 degrees. Find the average temperature each day. Integer. So we need to write a drop of 35 degrees as an integer. What's an integer again? A positive or negative whole number. So a drop means it has to be negative 35 degrees. It took 7 days for this to drop. So it says determine the average change in temperature each day. Each day means 1 day. How do you break down 7 days to 1 day? We're going to be learning this very soon. This is called a unit rate. You have 35 negatives, and you want to divide it into 7 groups. So if I have 7 groups, how many degrees go in each group? I believe is negative 5 degrees. Again, if you forgot, do the tic-tac-toe, positive down the diagonal, negative, 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 negative. When you put a negative with a positive, the answer will be negative. So it dropped negative 5 degrees per day. All right, so today we're going to be learning something called rational numbers. A rational number is any number that can be written as a fraction or a ratio, and we're going to be learning that very soon too. So it can be written as a fraction. A whole number can be written as a fraction. Again, what are whole numbers? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, they're positive. So 5 can be written in a fraction. All you have to do is put a 1 in a denominator, because 5 divided by 1 is 5. 1 can be written as a fraction, 1 divided by 1. 14 can be written as a fraction, 14 divided by 1. Can an integer be written as a fraction? Again, what's an integer again? Positive or negative whole number. Negative 6 divided by 1 is a fraction. 12 divided by 1 is 12. Negative 24 divided by 1 is negative 24. A decimal can be written as a fraction, and we're learning that today. 0 and 8 tenths, 0 and 21 hundredths. So, whole numbers, integers, and decimals can all be written as a fraction. So those are called rational numbers. So, classify these numbers in this chart. Some of them are correct, some of them are wrong. Let's start with the center. Whole numbers. A whole number, well, 3.5, that is not a whole number. That's a decimal. We'll put it right here until I decide where it goes. Negative 7, isn't that an integer? That goes right there. So 0, 2, and 8 are all whole numbers. Let's look at integer. Integers are what again? Positive or negative whole numbers. Negative whole number, positive, positive. This is a fraction, nope. Negative whole number, this is a decimal, and 0. So, rational numbers are any numbers that can be written as a fraction. 5 can be written as a fraction, 5 over 1. Negative 2 can be written as a fraction, negative 2 over 1. Well, 3/4 is a fraction. Negative and 4 and 7 tenths. That can be written as a fraction. Tenths, this is a fraction. This 9 and 75 hundredths, that can be written as a fraction. And 3 and 5 tenths, which is really 3 1/2, can be written as a fraction. So again, a whole number are positive. Integer or positive or negative whole number. Do you see how the group of numbers here, whole numbers, can also become an integer? And rational numbers are anything that can be written as a fraction. So it could be decimals, fractions, whole numbers, integers. And do you see how everything inside of whole numbers, these can all be written as a rational number? All right, so let's see we really understand. Negative 87. What type of number is negative 87? It's a negative whole number. Integer. Can it be written as a fraction? Yes, it can. So it's a rational number too. Which 0? 0 is a whole number. 0 is an integer. But can 0 be written as a fraction? If I have 0 or nothing, and can I divide it into 0 groups? Can I divide it into 0 parts? No, it is not a rational number. Trick question. Which set of numbers does negative 5/16 belong to? Well, it's a fraction, so it's a rational number. Whole number? Positive, negative whole number? Nope. Number 4, 52. 52 is a whole number. Is a positive, negative whole number. Can that be written as a fraction, in the form of a fraction, as a ratio? Yes, it can. So it's a rational number too. Number 5, which of the following number is an integer? What's an integer again? A positive or negative whole number. No, these are decimals. These are fractions. Positive or negative whole numbers.
Staff.
A.
New staff.
Number 6, which of the following is not a whole number?
Please get over
Let's
there
see.
so you can get some great information.
C
Y'all
is
have a
an
wonderful
integer. An
day.
integer is this is a negative whole number. So it cannot be C. Because which one is not a whole number? Whole numbers are positive. So that's the only one that's not positive. So now that we understand that, again, a whole number is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They're positive. Integers are positive, negative whole numbers. And rational numbers are any numbers that can be written as a fraction. So decimal can be written as a fraction, which we're about to do right now. A fraction is a fraction. And a whole number can be written as a fraction by putting a 1 underneath it. And a integer can be written as a fraction by putting a 1 underneath it, All right, so how do you turn a decimal to a fraction? In elementary school, you learn all about place values, 5th grade. I know you learned this in 5th grade. So how do you correctly say this decimal? I am guilty of saying 0.7. You really should say it as 0 and 7. It's in the what place value? Tenths. 7 tenths. That is a fraction. 7 tenths. Next one. How do you correctly say this? 0 and 35 hundredths. 35 hundredths. So write it as a fraction, 35 hundredths. Sad to say, I wish this is a great answer. But can you simplify? Can you rename this fraction? How can I break this down? How can I simplify this? I can divide both the numerator and denominator by 5. 35 divided by 5 is 7. 100 divided by 5 is 20. So 3,500 is the same or equivalent to 7/20. Next one. 4 and 25 hundredths. 4 and 25 hundredths. So that's the fraction equivalent of it. 4 and 25 hundredths. Can we simplify this? Yes, you can. How can I break this down? What can I divide 25 and 100 by? Can a quarter go into 100? Can 25? Yes, it can. So I can divide by 25. So 25 divided by 25 is 1. 100 divided by 25 is 4. So it's 4 and 1/4. Think about it. You have 1/4 out of 4 is 25 cents. Next one. 4 and 34 hundredths. So 4 and 34 hundredths. Can I simplify or rename this? I can. How can I break this down? I'm going to break it, they're both even. I'm going to break it down by dividing by 2. Ooh, what's half of 34? 17, half of 100 is 50. 4 is 1750. It's the same as saying 4 and 3400, which is the same as writing as a decimal 4 and 34 hundredths. Let's keep going. So let's practice, make sure you understand. 0 and 125, this is a thousands. 9 and 14 hundredths, that's a hundreds. Hundreds, 9.1. 9 and 1/10. 0 and 3/10. 21 and 9/10. 0 is 625 thousandths. 3 and 4/10. So can I write these as a fraction? 9 and 14 hundredths. Can I rename that? Yes, you can. 9 and 7/50. 21 and 9/10. Can I simplify or rename that? No. It's already in simplest form. Let's see. Here are more examples. For example, 9 and 8/10. Simplify to 9 and 4/5. 7 and 15 hundredths. Simplify to 7 and 3, 20. 6 and 875,000. Simplify to 6 and 7, 8. And so on and so on and so on. All right, now, our next activity, our next one. You have $4. I would like you to split it evenly among these 5 friends. How much money would each person get? If I have $4, and I'm going to divide it evenly among 5 people. Let's see. Can 5 go in 4? 0. Can 5 go in 40? 8 times. Bring that to 0. And 0 times. So each person gets 80 cents, 80 cents, 80 cents. He's unhappy. Spoiled, I think. And 80 cents. So if I have $4 and I want to split it evenly among 5 friends, each person will get 80 cents. Find the equivalent decimal. Turn the fraction 4/5 into a decimal. You're going to sit here and say, you can't do that. I don't know how to do it. We kind of just did. You realize it? You have 4, and you're dividing it among 5 friends into 5 parts. 4, you're dividing it among 5 parts. So this is 4. This little bar, fraction bar, also means divide. So 4/5 is the same as saying 4 divided by 5. So we have 4, you're dividing it into 5 parts. We're going to be learning something called tie bow. I'll be honest, I also have a problem. I cannot figure out which number, the numerator and denominator, that goes inside the division bar. So I try to help myself thinking 4 goes in, you're dividing it into 5 parts. Another way to remember it is something called tie bow. Tie bow means top goes in, the bottom goes out. The top number 4 goes in the division bar, the bottom goes out. So if you're having a hard time remembering, think of tie bow. So can 5 go in 4? No. So add a 0, a 0.0, because 4 is the same as saying 4.0. You haven't changed its value. Bring down to 0. Can 5 go into 40? 8 times. Don't forget the decimal, line it up. So the decimal equivalency of 4/5 is 0 and 8/10, or 0 and 80/100. Either one is correct. To check your work, 0 and 8/10 simplify to 4/5. So we can do this. Let's try another one like this. You have $7. Split it evenly among these 4 friends. If I have $7, and I want to share it evenly among 4 friends, how much will each friend get? 4 goes to 7 1 times. Don't forget decimal, line it up. How many 4s go into 30? 7 groups. 30 minus 20 is 2, bring down to 0. How many 4s go into 25? So each person gets $1.75. $1.75, $1.75, $1.75. So if I have $7 and I divide it evenly among 4 friends, each person gets $1.75. Turn this fraction into a decimal. Before you again say, I don't know how to do it. We just did it, guys, right here. $7. Again, how do you say this? It's 7 divided by 4. You have 7, you're dividing into 4 parts. 7 dividing into 4 parts. Did we just do it right here? 7 divided by 4 parts. So it's $1.75. Or the decimal, 1.75 is the answer. Again, if you're having a hard time remembering which number goes inside the division bar, think of tie bow. Top goes in, bottom goes out. So let's try, so this is where it is. For example, you have a 3/4. You have 3/4 can be written as 3 divided by 4. 3 divide into 4 parts. If you divide it, you get 75 hundredths. 3/4 is equal to 75 hundredths. All right, let's try some now. I have 1. I'm going to divide it into 8 parts. Think about it. I have $1 divided into 8 among 8 friends. So, I have 1. I'm dividing it into 8 parts. Top goes in, bottom goes out. Yep, works. Can 8 go in 1? I don't think so. 1 minus 0 is 1. Add a 0.0. Again, you're not changing its value. Don't forget decimal here. Can 8 go in 10? 1 time. 10 minus 8 is 2. Let's get rid of that remainder. Can 8 go in 20? 2 times. 20 minus 16 is 4. Get rid of the remainder. Can 8 go into 40? 5 groups. No more remainder. 0 and 125,000 is equivalent to 1 divided by 8 or 1/8. Let's try a harder one. 5 and 3/25. Again, how do you turn this fraction into a decimal? It's 3 divided by 25. So you have 3, you're dividing it into 25 parts. Can 25 go in 3? 0 times. Add a 0.0. Bring it down. Don't forget to line it up. Whoops. 3 minus 0 is 3. How many groups of 25 go into 30? 1 group. 30 minus 25 is 5. Get rid of that remainder. How many groups of 25 go in 50? 2 times. So the decimal equivalency of 3 divided by 25, or 3/25, is 0.12. But what's the whole number? 5. So it's 5 and 1200 is the answer. All right, next one. 1/3. You have divided into 3 groups. So you have 1 dividing into 3 groups. Top goes in, bottom goes out. Can 3 go in 1? 0 times. Remainder's 1. I need to get rid of that remainder. Add a 0.0, bring it down. How many 3's go into 10? Groups of 3 go 10. 3 times. Remainder is 1. Get rid of that remainder. Add another 0. How many groups of 3 go 10? 3 times. Remainder is 1. Get rid of the remainder. Stop, hold the horses. Are we redoing the same problem over and over and over? God is repeating over and over. There's a thing called repeating decimals. If you realize it's going to repeat over and over and over and never going to stop, you draw a repeating bar above it. When I was in 6th grade, my teacher, Miss Godowns at Ollie Middle School, as you remember, she made us draw an arrow at the end, telling us there used to be an arrow at the end. So it's saying it repeats over and over. The 33 repeats over and over. I'm just going to draw a repeating bar. So 1/3 is 0 and 3,300. It's 3 that goes on forever and ever. If you get a calculator and do 1 divided by 3, you'll notice it also keeps going forever and ever. Next one, 2/9. 2, you have 2, you're going to divide it into 9 parts. 2 divide 9 parts. Again, if you have a hard time figuring out which numeral goes inside the division bar, tie bow. Top goes in, bottom goes out. Can 9 go in 2? 0 times. I need to get rid of this remainder. Add a 0.0. Don't forget to line it up. Bring it down. How many groups of 9 go into 20? 2 times. 20 minus 18 is 2. I need to get rid of this remainder. Add another 0. How many 9's go in 20? 2 times. Hold the horses. Is it repeating again? It is repeating again. Repeat bar. So 2/9 or 2 divided by 9 is really 0.2200, repeating bar. Next one, 7 and 5/6. That's 5 divided by 6. 5 divided by 6 parts. Or top goes in, bottom goes out. Can 6 go in 5? 0 times. Don't forget to line decimal. Bring down 0. Can 6 go in 50? 8 times? Yeah, 8 groups. 50 minus 48 is 2. Bring down to 0. Can 6 go into 20? 3 times. 20 minus 18 is 2. Get rid of this remainder. Enter 0. Can 6 go in 20 3 times? 20 minus 18 is 2. It's told the worst. It's repeating again. So put a repeating bar. So what number is repeating over and over? The 3s are repeating over and over and over. So it could be 0 and 833,000 with a repeating bar. Another way to write it is 0 and 83. Since you know the 3 is repeating over and over, I just put a bar on 3. Don't forget the whole number, 7 and 83 hundredths with a repeating bar. Or if you want to write it as this, 7 and 833 repeating, that's okay too. But first one is preferred. So, we have different examples here. If you have $1 and you want to share among 5 friends, 1 divided by 5, which decimal below do you think is going to be? If a $1 share among 5 friends, $1 share among 5 friends, each friend will get 20 cents. So these two are together. 620. If you have $6 and you divide it among 20 friends, 6 divided by 20, 6 divided by 20, it'll be 0.3. So this is a lesson over decimals and fractions with rational numbers.